Hello guys, and welcome back to a new Empires and Puzzles video. So today the Goblin summon just dropped and we have 5 new heroes, 3 5-stars, 1 4-star and 1 3-stars. So that is amazing news for free-to-play players or players who don't spend that much, because we have a new family as well, the Garrison Guard family. But let's start with the new Goblin family hero. His name is Scroll Beast. Scroll Beast, I think, is the first holy legendary in the Goblins, if I'm not mistaken. He is a Paladin class, great class. Of course, the Goblin family bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. Each time this hero takes damage from an enemy's special skill, removes 50%, 75%, and 100% boosted health from all enemies. And this can be an extremely annoying family bonus to counter, since the meta is basically now just Hathors and costume Hathors. Of course, the passive 60% chance to perform the following actions when casting special skill: 90% damage to all enemies and minus 25% accuracy for 3 turns. His special skill. Oh wait, I'm sorry, but before we get to that, let's take a look at his stats. 1015 on the attack, 1058 on the defense, and 1829 on the health. So extremely high health stat, still respectable, very balanced. And if we go ahead and double limit break this guy, he'll be at 1349 attack, 1447 defense, and 2394 health. And he benefits from the ailment immunity ether talent, which gives him protection from new status ailments for 6 turns at the start of each battle. So extremely annoying ether talent to deal with. So it's one of the best in my opinion. Next, let's take a look at his special skill. Boar of Fury, slow speed. That's not what we're looking for, but slow speed can be used in defenses, not very recommended in attack. And at slow speed, Scroll Beast will deal 335% damage to all enemies, whether all enemies get a minus 350 attack. So that is like Smart Tongue. Summons a white boar mega minion with 65% HP and 250% attack, inherited from the caster. And then once summoned, the white boar mega minion gives its owner the ability to counterattack with 100% of the damage received, as long as the owner has a white boar mega minion, and the effect can't be dispelled, of course, because it is attached to the minion itself. So let's continue the process of breaking down special skill. So first, he deals a decent amount of damage to all at slow speed, 335, and then he gives that Wither, which can be extremely devastating in defensive formations especially. And then he summons that Mega Minion, HP decent, an extremely high attack for Mega Minion, and that minion gives counterattack, which is very good, similar to the other Green Goblin hero. Where is he? It's like, yeah, Boom and Fang, where it gives counterattack. But I think this guy is better because he deals damage, that Wither effect. But overall, an amazing hero. I think he's gonna be extremely useful, especially in defensive formations. So let's move on and do the 3 stars first. How about that? So William, 3 stars hero, fighter class. the Garrison Guard family. Now this is the new family that I was talking about. So the bonus for the Garrison Guard family is for 1, 2, or 3 heroes at the start of a battle summons a recruit guard mega minion. So that is already extremely good. He summons a mega minion at the start of each battle, and with 20, 25, 30% HP and 100, 120, 140 attack inherited from this caster. Let's get him back. The picture keeps disappearing. But overall, that is an amazing family bonus, because at the start of each battle you can just get a big meat shield that just does slash attacks. So that is gonna be extremely annoying to deal with, especially if you put him in your tournament defense or something. The Garrison Guard family has a passive Guard Rally. Every 4 turns, you remove all wither effects from all allies. So that is extremely good. We have a lot of heroes that give wither effect in the Goblins family, especially in the meta. This includes Smart Tongue, one of the best wither inflictors. Scroll Beast, who we just talked about. Dead Boot, what's his name called? Acid Fire, for example. So that is an amazing passive. I think it's gonna be more beneficial if you put him in defense, especially if the 5 stars have this. So let's move on to the stats. 543 on the attack, 500 defense, and 712 on the health. So pretty decent stats if you go ahead and double it break. 851 on the attack, 811 on the defense, and 1098 on the health. And he benefits from the defense up ether talent, extremely good ether talent, extremely underrated ether talent. Now let's take a look at his special skill. Situational awareness, average speed, deals 210% damage to target and nearby enemies. So decent hit. The caster and nearby allies get plus 36% defense for 3 turns, and the caster and nearby allies get plus 36% plus 36% critical chance for 3 turns. So first off, he deals a decent amount of damage. I still prefer someone like Star Swift though, from the Astral Elves. A much stronger hit 3, but you get that defensive buff, and then you get the critical chance, which is overall extremely good and can be useful in both attack and defensive formations. Not to mention that he is a fighter, one of the best overall classes. So I think William can be used in or he is usable in tournaments, for example, but one thing that he lacks is his special skill. The damage is just a bit light. This special skill should be running at a fast speed. I don't really mind about the defense, but if you can remove the defense and change it to fast speed, that would be amazing. Now let's go out. Next, we have another Garrison Guard family hero, Greg. Now, Greg, Barbarian class. We have nothing to talk about that. Garrison Guard family, same, and then the Guard Rally passive. So, stats-wise, 688 attack, 705 defense, and 1255 attack. So, well-balanced stats across the board. If you go ahead and double limit break him, 942 on the attack, 924 on the defense, and 1789 on the health. And he benefits from the regen ether talent. Not the best, but also not the worst. So his special skill, Scale of the Newt, running at average speed as well, deals 100% damage to all enemies. That is slightly light, but let's see what this guy has to offer. Summons a sword Mega Minion with only 35% HP but a whopping 300% attack inherited from the caster. The target hit by the Sword Guard Mega Minion receives 267 bleed damage over 3 turns, and this effect spreads to nearby enemies. So I can see this hero being extremely impactful in defensive formations again. But first, let's break this down. So first, he deals 100, not the most damage, but he does summon that extremely strong Mega Minion, 35% HP, not that much, but a whopping 300% attack. And if you have double limit breaks on him, that would nearly be 3,000 attack points. So that is one of the strongest Mega Minions in terms of attack. But the target hits by the Sword Mega Minion receives 366 bleed damage over 3 turns. But that is the double limit break. 267 bleed damage 3 turns. But if you have him on double limit breaks, it'll be 336 bleed damage over 3 turns, and it spreads to nearby enemies. So within 3 hits of the Mega Minion, 3 turns, 3 hits, that bleed damage is gonna be wrecking your enemy team. So within 3 turns, that bleed would be applied to all enemies, and that Mega Minion is just gonna keep hitting and hitting and hitting. So that could be extremely devastating. I think this is an amazing hero, especially in defense. He is gonna just wreak havoc in that battle, and that is why I think he is an extremely good hero, especially he is a 4-star. The only thing that is the issue with this hero is the class, but all else amazing. Let's move on to the next hero. Our next hero is Shimmer Scale. Now Shimmer Scale also a fighter class that is amazing. Garrison Guard family. We already talked about that, and the same Guard Rally passive. Now let's take a look at his stats. 1034 on the attack, one of the highest defense stats I've ever seen of 1128 with no double limit breaks, 1639 health. So extremely high defense stat. Let's get his photo back. Extremely high defense stat, attack stat respectable, also respectable health stat. And if you go ahead and double limit break him, 1386 on the attack, 1522 on the defense, extremely beefy, and then 2153 on the health. So that is gonna be extremely hard to kill, especially with that high defense stat and the health stat. But he does benefit from the attack up, which does help push his attack stat up by a little bit. But his special skill, Rude Awakening, running at fast speed. We always love fast speed heroes, making him usable in attack formations. He will deal 300% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So decent hit, 5-star fast speed. Summons a Sword Mega Minion with 35% HP and 300% attack inherited from the caster. And the target hit by the Sword Guard Mega Minion receives 402 bleed damage over 3 turns, and this effect spreads to nearby enemies. And if you have him on double limit breaks, it increases to 540. So just like Greg, he summons a Mega Minion with a whopping amount of attack, and then you get that bleed damage, and in the duration of at least 3 turns, you're gonna be able to get that bleed damage all over on the enemy team. And not to mention that is quite a decent hit at fast speed. So I think Shimmer Scale is gonna be an absolute beast, especially in defense, maybe the flank formation, maybe the flank position or the wing formation. I think wing suits him better, but he is of the fighter class, which increases his defensive abilities, not to mention his extremely high defense stats. So that is one heck of a hero. And now let's finish this video off with the last hero, Vanya. Monk class, extremely good. Fire hero, monk class, Garrison guard family. It looks like this hero has two passives. So the guard rally, the same. The mana on status ailment received gains 5% mana when they receive a status ailment or a negative stack. So the reason why I think they added this this passive is because he is running at slow speed, as you can see on his card, but I don't think that would help him to the point that he'll be overpowered, but that would definitely benefit his mana generation and the time when he fires his special skill. So that is a good thought process. So let's take a look at his stats. 1089 attack, 1069 on the defense, and 1639 on the health. So extremely good attack and defense stat, still respectable health stat. And if you go ahead and don't limit break him, his attack stat will be at 1373, 1429, and 2201 on the health. And he benefits from the regen ether talent, which is not the best and not the worst, just like I said. But his special skill, Sense of Wonder, running at slow speed, not the best, but he recovers 54% health for all allies. So Vanya is counted as a power healer, and he summons a shield guard mega minion. There is a difference, shield guard and sword guard. So the shield guard mega minion with 60% HP, extremely decent amount, and 160% attack, inherited from the caster. The shield guard mega minion cleanses the latest cleansable status ailment from all allies each turn, and this does not trigger secondary effects. So let's break this down. First, you give that power heal and you summon that shield guard mega minion. Now at the end of each turn, it will cleanse the latest cleansable status ailment from all allies, and it does not trigger secondary effects. But if you don't know what that means, is this guy will cleanse the latest cleansable. So that means the last status ailment you have received, and it has to be cleansable each turn, and it does not trigger secondary effects. So that means, let's take a hero like Starwalker, for example. You have his ailment, which will give damage if removed, cleansed, or replaced, I think, if I'm not mistaken. If you use Vanya on that ailment, you won't take any damage because it does not trigger any secondary effects. So I hope that makes sense. But I think Vanya is gonna be an amazing healer, especially in Rush. That power heal, 54% health, all allies, is no joke. You do not want to mess with this guy. And I think SG is gonna bring even more mega minion heroes into the game, so that is an extremely good sign. So I pulled Mad Hammer in I think the second ever Goblin summon, along with Dark Feather, and those two has just been a game changer. Mad Hammer's mega minions help me a lot, as well as Dark Feather's effect. So do not underestimate the mega minions, especially Shimmer Scale and Greg's, because they are gonna be extremely lethal, that damage over time. These two are gonna be extremely lethal on the battlefield, and you better bring a cleanser, an ailment blocker, or a power healer that is running at average speed, or else you are finished. So I hope you enjoy this video. Congrats if you managed to pull any of these heroes. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.